Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. And today we are going to continue the session of singleton design pattern. In the last session, we have discussed about how to make our design pattern, singleton design pattern thread safe. But then we had also talked about the limitations of this of that pattern, right? Let's continue the same topic today. Let's continue the discussion and to see what was the limitation that I was talking about in the last session and how to overcome that limitation. Okay, so the trick of using or the way that we can overcome that limitation is typically called as double check lock. Okay, so before we talk about the double check locking, we'll just do a recap of what we have done in the last session, and then from there we will extend the same method with the new features, right, to see how we can implement the double check lock. So let's open the Visual Studio, and this is our method that we have created last time, the get instance method. This is our singleton class. I have changed the name here. I just kept it singleton with lock, right? And other things remain same. So we have created an object lock. We have created a new object that we will be using for locking purpose. And then we have a static property called instance, and that is instantiated with null. So it means it has null value. And we have a private constructor, and then we had a public method get instance. And we talked about that there is some limitations. Now let's understand what is that limitation. So what was happening in this scenario is, let's say I have these three methods being called at the same time, and these three methods will try to create an object of singleton with lock, right? This is our class. So object 1, object 2, and object 3. So all these three methods will try to create one object, right? And we are calling all three objects, means all three methods at the same time. So what is going to happen is all three will reach here at the same time here, right? And what is going to happen is, as all three has reached here, one of them will get the and one of them can get inside this method, and then it will get the handle of this, means it can take, it can go inside it, and then it will just check if the instance is null or not. If it is done, it will create a new object, and when it is trying to create a new object, we know that it will bring private constructor is called, because it is going to call private constructor, right? When the second object comes in, it will say instance is not equal to null, then it will not go inside, and it will directly come here and it will return this. But then what is happening is, let's say I have already created the object, right? First time it came, I have already created the object. Now again, I have 100 more requests coming in to create the objects. So now all 100 will come here. Now all 100 will come here and get stuck, right? So because all 100 will can reach here simultaneously, but inside this code block, only one request can go, right? Only one person can go inside it. So other 99 will be waiting here. So even when the object is already created, so here it will come and simply check its instance null. No, it is not. So it will come here and it will. But then for this also, everybody has to wait until unless first one is done with this code block, others will keep waiting. So it's a kind of unnecessarily we can see a kind of performance bottleneck, right? So now we need to overcome this. So to overcome this, we will use double check lock. Okay. So now, so what we need to do actually, so now the problem is it is waiting, right? And why it is waiting? It is, it is waiting for to check if the instance is null or not, right? What if I put this line one more time here, right? Let me show you the code. So this is the code for double check. So this, if you see this code, right, this remains the same. If you see lock object, right, and if you see here lock object, and then if instance equal to null, If instance equal to null, then return new object, and here also return. Okay. Now here I have changed the class name. It is singleton double check lock. Now what I'm doing is before getting into this, I'm doing a check. If instance equal to null, right? Do a check here. If instance is null or not. If it is not null, then no need to go and wait here, right? They don't need to wait here. So it will just say, oh, null instance is not null. Even 100 requests are coming. So all 100 can check if instance is null or not. And if instance is not null, it will directly come here and to return answer. So it does not need to wait from the second time onward. So this code has to log for this block only for the first time. So let's say only the first time I have 3 requests or 30 requests or 50 requests all came here. So only for the first time, all those requests have to come and wait. But after once the instance is instantiated, let's say 50 all came all together. Now 51 when comes. By the time 51 comes, at least one person has got into it, and it has created the instance, and the value of instance has changed from null. It has changed to something, right? Now once 51st comes, right? It will see that instance is not null, so it will directly come here. It will not wait, right? So with this, we are able to remove the performance bottom, right? So let's run this code now. So this is my class, copying it, and let's create a change this a little bit. So instead of saying get me the object of the last class, now I'm getting the object of my newly created class, right? That's all, right? So I'm creating creating the objects of, I'm calling get instance for singleton double check lock class. All other things remain same. Let's try to run this code. So now what is the expected output? Expected output is I should be able to see this message only once, because this object creation should happen only once. And if object creation is happening only once, private constructor will also get called only once, right? So let's run it. I'm pressing F5, and if you see, it says private constructor is called for the first time. And then S1 got created, S2 got created, S3 got created. This is for these 3. And then additionally, I'm just trying to call one more time just to see what happens. So create first object, it will create first S1 object, create second object, it will create second S2 object, and create third object, it will create S3 object, right? So it's working fine. So let's do one thing, let's run it one more time just to see what this output is. So if you see here, again, private constructor is called only once. If you see, there is no other message called private constructor. So private constructor has been called only once. Now, if you see, I have called first object, second object, create first object, create second object, and create third object. So what happened here in this case? Last time, S1 got called first, then second, and third. Those 3 objects got created in the same sequence. But in this time, if you see, first S3 got a chance to get inside that block, and it created an object. And then S1 and then S2, right? So this first 3 are coming from this create first object, create second object, and create third object. And the other 3, right? S1 object got created is coming from create first object, S2 is coming due to create second object, and S3 is coming due to create third object, right? Now, one more thing I wanted to talk about is whatever we have done with this method, right? We can also implement this singleton pattern. Instead of having a method, public method, I can have a public property also. So what I'm doing here is I'm creating a property. If you see this get property, so this is returning me a singleton double check lock. This is the same my class name, and property name is instance, and it is also public and this is static. So that I can call this property by using the class name without having to create an object, right? And the code remains the same. So if you see this code, this is same. Okay. So if instance equal to null, it's a double check locking. If instance equal to null, get ins with a lock, and again check if instance is null or not. And if it is null, then only create a new instance. Otherwise, return this code, right? So now let's try to implement this. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to call this property. Instead of method, we're going to call this property to get the instance or get the object of my class singleton double check log. Okay, so I've changed this instantiation now. So now instantiation this is going to call my this method, right? This code line and this line will call this, right? And now let's run. So expected output is again the same. Constructor should be called only once, and then we should be able to create first three objects. So as S1, S2, first three objects, and then next three times S1, S2, and it's the same sequence of it, right? So this is all about creating, using the double check log in singleton design pattern. We still have some more things to talk about singleton design pattern. So please wait for my next video. I'll be talking about some more things about the singleton design pattern. And as I have requested you earlier also, when you are going through all these videos, please just don't go through the video, but also try to implement simultaneously. So because what is going to happen is if you do it, you will be able to remember it for a longer time, and you will understand it also in a better way, and it will also help you in understanding the next session, upcoming sessions, whatever I'm going to upload, right? And one more request, the same thing that I keep talking all the times. If it is helping you, if these videos are helping you, and if you think that with this video you are able to understand the singleton design pattern, then please share with your colleagues, your classmates, so that they can also get the benefit out of it, and they can also learn singleton design pattern. Thanks a lot for now, and we'll again meet in the next video. Thank you.